During my transition period where I had left Husky and then I joined Suncor, there was a period of few months where I was looking for a job. And at that time, I had applied to this membrane manufacturer in the Bay Area, but they were not hiring at the time. And then I had totally forgotten about it. Um, and then a few months after I started at Suncor, they reached out to me saying that they had a role and they were interested to interview me for it. At the time, I was not actively looking to change roles, but I figured, hey, you know what the hell? Let's try it out. Worst case scenario, I get a free trip to the Bay Area and get to experience that. So I went through their processes. I had a first round interview with HR over the phone. Then they brought me in for on site interviews with a few of the directors and personnels, and all of that went pretty well. They gave me the offer, and then I thought about it for a while. I was like, yeah, I keep moving a lot. I pretty much lived in 5 different cities in the last 5 years. Do I want to do it? And at the time, I think one of my main motivators was I wanted to branch out from the oil and gas industry due to the cyclicality of the industry, and I wanted to try something new. This role was that of a technical sales engineer, and I figured that it would be a very good skill set for me to develop and further expand on. Having the confidence to talk in front of clients and convince them as to why they should buy my product, I think that could go a long way. And apart from that, I was also going to be getting the opportunity to work with business development and establish a new product line. So all of that was pretty exciting. And also, I think one of the things that I hadn't thought of back then, but in the last year that I've been in the Bay Area, that I've realized is that once you get out of some of these smaller towns where it's only the oil and gas industry, your horizon or your mindset just broadens out so much in terms of what else is out there. Like, so specifically in the Bay Area, there's just so much going on that it's pretty crazy. So yeah, that essentially is the hub for opportunity, and that was one of the main reasons why I decided to move.
Yeah, definitely. Bay Area is a lot of things happening at once. Too much, a lot of technology, a lot of
Hmm.
companies, a lot of interaction. So as you stated, the land of opportunity right there.
Yeah.
And how is the process of moving from Canada to USA? So at
Oh
the moment, were
yeah.
you a Canadian resident or
Yes.
citizen?
Yes. So I was Canadian at the time, which makes it easier. But in general, moving from Canada or any other country to work in the US is not that easy. And I can speak from my personal experience. So I think, again, I mentioned that there was a slight period between my role or my job at Husky and when I went to Suncor. I had a few months wherein I was interviewing and looking for opportunities. And one such opportunity was with Chevron. Um, and this was also in the Bay Area, so specifically in Richmond, California. Uh, I I applied for a position. I interviewed. They called me in. I even got the offer. But at the end of it, it somehow they didn't realize, or I'm not sure what happened, but they didn't know that I was Canadian and I would need some kind of work authorization. So once they found that out, they rescinded the offer. And after my experience, with now if you look at any of their job postings, at the bottom they always write that you need to have a green card and they won't be sponsoring you. So especially with any of the big companies or any major oil and gas companies, it's going to be very difficult for you to make that transition unless you are in a more senior or management role.